Hi guys, it's Taylor. I actually just filmed this video and I just went to go review it, edit it, and it was horrible. So I'm just going to refilm it. This is gonna be a story time. I know I really like to watch story times on YouTube, and this story is something I wanted to share for a while, but also I'm kind of scared that the girl that I'm gonna talk about is gonna see it. But I mean, it's been long enough that I'm not really concerned, and also I'm not going to use names and specific details. There are text messages that I screenshotted from the conversations I had with this girl, and I'll read those. Obviously, got my handy dandy laptop right here. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to name the girl that sent these texts and did all this stuff Rachel, and then for the other girl who is one of my really good friends in this story, and that plays a big part, her name is going to be Lexi. So there's Rachel, who did all this crazy stuff, and then there's Lexi, who is the friend. Okay? Sounds good. I just don't want to use their real names, whatever, for privacy reasons. But it all started when I joined my sorority my sophomore year of college, towards the end. Freshman year, I had all my friends in my dorm room, hall and everything like that, and I made friends. And then sophomore year, I did a lot of working, and so I didn't have a lot of time for other stuff. But towards the end of sophomore year, I kind of started to realize hey, I didn't really fit in anywhere, right? That I felt like I did. A lot of my freshman year friends had moved on, stuff like that, all this crazy stuff. So I went through open recruitment through our sorority system. And that's basically where you apply or you send an application to the overall, and then houses reach out to you to invite you to events such as social events, volunteer, craft nights, bowling nights, stuff like that. And they get to know you, and then they give you a bid, as they would through primary recruitment or formal recruitment. So I did that for this specific house, and I went to 3 events, and each time Rachel was at this house, all these events. Well, she was going through the same thing, and we ended up joining together, and we ended up becoming really good friends because we just had a lot in common. Lexi, my friend / big in the house, she was already part of the house, so that's how she became my big. We just instantly clicked and became best friends. So towards the end of sophomore year, we were deciding where we were going to live in the house, but who we were going to room with. Well, Lexi was we should live together because we were friends, whatever. She was already part of the house, and I was her little, and we chose to live together, whatever. Rachel lived with a different person, but just spent a lot of time in our room, spending time together, bringing her mattress down, having sleepovers, stuff like that, stuff you would expect in a sorority. We did everything together, basically. Fast forward to the next summer. Our sorority house closes in May and opens up back in August. So we lived in an apartment in our city, me, Rachel, and Lexi. We all had our own bedrooms and bathrooms, whatever, it was fine. Midsummer, we had to decide who we wanted to live with back in the sorority house. Rachel wanted to live in a 3-man room, meaning there were 3 beds in one room and everything like that. Me and Lexi did not want to live in a 3-man room because 2 people in a room are enough already. You don't want to live with a roommate when you're literally 21 years old and already, and we didn't really have a choice, and so we just wanted to live 2 people because we knew it worked last year and we know it will work this year, whatever. And it was me and Lexi's last year of college. We were seniors, and then it was Rachel's junior year of college, so she still had 1 more year after we graduated. Whatever. So things were kind of already tense after all of that because she was hurt that she felt like the odd one out, stuff like that. Kind of awkward, and we weren't as close as we were the year before. Time went on. We were still friends. We still did some stuff together. But then I was invited to my freshman year roommate. We can call her Stephanie. I was invited to Stephanie's wedding. So I was invited to her bridal shower. I was invited to all this stuff. Well, I had to go to a lingerie shop to get something for Stephanie's bridal shower. I invited all my friends in the house. I invited Lexi, Rachel, a bunch of other people, whatever. And I had to work later that night, so they were waiting on me to get home. Well, I got home, and everyone was ready, except for Rachel. She was still at work. So I said, we can either wait for her or whatever. Everyone else decided we are just going to go now, and she can just meet us there. So then we said that in the group text, whatever. We said, hey, you can just meet us there. She decided to text back. Rachel decided to text back separately, just to me and Lexi, not everyone else, saying, why can't you guys just wait for me? I don't understand all this stuff. We said, it's not a big deal. We're already leaving. We're already on our way. What's the big deal? She just was like, then I'm not going, whatever. And we said, okay, like, it's not even that big of a deal. It's literally to buy this other girl a present. I don't understand why, like, you're freaking out about it, whatever. So we get home that night, all this stuff. She's like mad, obviously, that like we left without her. So time goes by, and then I start getting the text. I'm going to open my computer for this, and then I will read you some of the conversation we have. And this happens over like the span of a couple months. She tries to invite me to like hang out with her. I am busy and I don't really want to hang out. I feel targeted that Rachel is only targeting me and like being mean to me and not Lexi, who we were all in the same situation. Rachel decided to say that our friendship was the one that needed to be repaired, not her and Lexi's. I just was like, okay, I don't really understand that, but whatever. Hold on. Okay, so after a while, probably like after a couple months, we start getting texts. I start getting texts from her, asking for an apology, and then I say I don't want to apologize because I don't mean it, and that's something I really stand true to, is I'm not going to apologize for something that I didn't mean to do, or I'm not just going to say sorry just to say sorry, whatever. So then I say that. I say, I'm not going to say sorry for something I don't mean. And I get this. So you're done being my friend? I'm glad the past year has meant nothing to you just to throw a friendship away. And again, these are all like cropped because I just screenshotted them out of the conversation. I said something along the lines of like, no, I'm just saying I'm not going to say sorry for that, whatever. Then she says something, and then I say something, and then she says again, I'm glad this friendship means nothing to you. Excuse me, literally this is all over you not coming to the sex shop with us. What? Then, who knows how long passes, honestly. This all like dragged on for what seemed like ever. Then I got something, and then I said, this is honestly just making me anxious. You need to stop. And then she said, quote, we can compare anxiety all day, but this anxiety has been immense. Doesn't even make sense, but whatever. Blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of details. Last sentence, my favorite, truly. My parents weren't kidding when they said you weren't a very good friend. Thank you. That is the biggest compliment I've ever gotten. Oh my gosh, your parents that I have met once tell you that? Oh, thank you. Cool. All right, and then the last text that I screenshotted, because this is one of the better ones as well. Again, I don't know the context of this, obviously, but these are like things that like really stood out, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's hard not to hold a grudge when I felt like the odd one out all semester. Okay, I get that. Literally have gone to counseling because of the stress that this has been causing me. Would like to go back to being friends, but I'm not going to accept an apology unless it's in person. First of all, you don't need to tell me that I am the cause of your counseling. That is not something you need to blame on other people. We all have our own issues and anxiety and stuff like that. You do not need to blame a certain person, especially when they have expressed to you that they have anxiety in the first place. That is just causing more anxiety. I don't understand. Sorry, this is stressing me out. would like to be going back to friends, but I'm not going to accept an apology unless it's in person. I literally told her in the beginning, I'm not going to apologize for something I didn't think that was wrong. Basically, after a while, those texts kind of fizzed out. I graduated. I moved out of the house. I live on my own, whatever. She still had another year in college. I didn't really ever see her. I didn't ever talk to her. We texted a couple times because one time I was driving behind her and she texted me, "Are you driving behind me?" You know what kind of car I drive. Don't make a big deal about it. And then this past summer, that happened 2 years ago. This past summer, she texted me asking if I wanted to hang out, and things just get crazy. Life gets crazy. You don't know your schedule, whatever. And I just would text her, and then I wouldn't, and then whatever, and then we just kind of fizzed out. The last time I had talked to her was in June of this past year. It's now the middle of October. I guess my overall thing is if you're gonna let something ruin a friendship as small as that, and then not compromise on anything, or see the other person's point of view, then there's no point of repairing that friendship. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. It's a little bit crazy. It definitely is dramatic more than it needs to be, but overall it kind of made me see who my true friends were, and I don't know. I figured I'd sit down and record this story, obviously changing the names for privacy reasons, but if you are Rachel watching this, I hope you are doing well. I truly wish you the best. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. If you even get to this point of the video, I don't know how long this is going to be. If you guys like this video, go ahead and subscribe. I'll try to post videos more than once a month. Just been busy and didn't really know what to talk about, but I finally decided to share this story, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.